We're at Pittodrie as Aberdeen aim for back-to-back wins as they welcome 7th placed Livingston, who last week lost narrowly to Motherwell. A healthy crowd is expected at Pittodrie today. Let me know if you're heading down there. Kick-off at Pittodrie is 3 o'clock UK time. So with Hearts not playing until tomorrow, and with Motherwell facing a tricky game against Kilmarnock, with a win today, Aberdeen could go third. Hi everybody, a very warm welcome to the Ali Beg ABTV studio here, not far from Salzburg. How are you? If you're watching for the very first time, welcome. I hope you enjoy the show. This is all about the preview as we look ahead to today's game against Livingston. Coming up a little bit later, I'm going to be talking to new Hall of Fame inductee Russell Anderson, and I'm also going to be talking to Aberdeen Live reporter Ruaraidh Britton, who brings us right up to speed with the latest transfer gossip and what they understand is happening with Liam Scales. So stick around for that. It's a very interesting chat. But let's start with today's game, and I'm going to guess the team. This is what I think will happen today. I've got to be honest, I think Jim will stick with the same starting 11 that started the game against St Johnstone last week, with maybe just a little tweak to the formation and the tactics. So I think Vicente will sit a little bit more out the right-hand side to allow Leighton to have almost that number 10 role. Johnny playing in his usual spot, and Ross getting forwards with Ramadani just cleaning everything up in front of the back four. So that's roughly what I think today's team will be. Let me know if you agree or disagree. So here's the match stats. Aberdeen have not won back-to-back league games since December 2021. So I'm hoping, as I'm sure all of you are, that we can put that to bed today. The Dons, though, have lost their last 2 out of 3 home games with Livingston, but Livingston have never beaten us 3 games in a row. Today's referee is Colin Stephen. So get in touch on YouTube. Let me know your thoughts today, and I'll do my best to read them out as we go along. Here's just a couple of thoughts from myself. I think Livingston today will come with a game plan, very much like how Motherwell set out their stall when they played us. I think it's going to be a very physical game today, and I think we need to match them physically, especially at the back, because they are strong up top. I also can't help but think that when they do not have the ball, they're going to put a bank across their back line, and then it's up to us to be creative enough to be able to break that down, where I think recently we have struggled, and I'm hoping to see an improvement on that. Last week against St Johnstone, we started the game really well and really brightly, and I think we need to do that again to set up our own stall. And I think if we can get the balls out to our wide men, and with our supporting midfielders making tracks towards the 18-yard box, I think if we can get early balls in and unsettle them early doors, I think we're in for a really good game today, and I think we'll take all 3 points. So that's what I think. Humbly, let me know what you think. Get in touch on YouTube. So Russell Anderson is to come very shortly. But first, let's catch up with Ruaraidh Britton, trainee reporter with Aberdeen Live. If you've not had an opportunity to catch them online, have a look. They've got some fantastic stories on there. It's an excellent news site with stories from the city. So Rory and I spoke about today's game. Great to see you. Thanks as always for jumping on. So I know you're heading to the game in a couple of hours or so. What's your expectations today against Livingston?
For me, I think this is a game Aberdeen should be winning, but this is another one of those games that have come up this season where I think fans are looking back at how it went last season and they're in two minds. You know, they played 4 times in the league last season. They proved to be quite feisty games with plenty of drama, and it was a sort of mix of results where Aberdeen would go and win it 2-1 or they'd lose it 2-1. But I think based on this current squad and what Jim Goodwin has been working with, I think this could be a result in Aberdeen's favour for definite. I think it would be disappointment if it ended in a draw, but I think this is one that this is one of the games that have come up now where Aberdeen should be proving that they can get it going and get a good result here against a team that have been sort of hit or miss really in the league recently.
I think it's really important for us, even now at this early stage of the season, to get on a winning run, to keep the momentum going for the next half a dozen games or so, even on Tuesday when we face Annan. How would you say is the importance of that at this stage?
I think the importance of getting on a run, definitely. This is the first chance they've got of back-to-back wins this season, and I think that's a massive thing that they need to start find themselves able to do. Everyone thought that Motherwell they should be able to get past, and then the run got completely stalled by a frantic 5-goal game. I'm not going to suggest at any stage that 5 games into the season it's must win. But again, like I'm saying, this is one where I feel that the rebuilt side and Jim Goodwin should be proving themselves against this team. But I think to get, the cup game against Annan that's coming up, that one you should be fairly confident that Aberdeen will get to the quarters of. But again, you never know with cup football, and the confidence they can get from winning 2 in a row in the league going into that, it's worth its weight in gold, isn't it? So I think this is one that they should definitely be looking to get a result and finally start finding some form, because obviously then they've got Ross County the week after that as well. If you can build a 3-game winning run out of that going into September, it's going to be fantastic for this group of players to finally start feeling a bit of confidence in the squad.
Yeah, let's talk about a couple of players. For me, standout players last week against St Johnstone, Leighton Clarkson, obviously. But I thought Hayden Coulson at left back, I think he's a real find. And I thought the kid was absolutely magnificent. What did you think?
Yeah, Leighton Clarkson only scores screamers, doesn't he? He's been a fantastic re-addition to the team, but he again, he came up against Motherwell and found it a little bit difficult. So I think he will want to be sort of proving himself this game, and not just through banging one in from 25, 30 yards. He'll want to definitely kick on and show his worth in the midfield. Hayden Coulson, he has been a really, really big addition, I think. There was all this talk in the transfer window about Aberdeen's sort of fullback situation and everything with Calvin Ramsey on the go, and it's kind of been, the left side's kind of been overlooked, I thought. But since he's come in, he's shown that he can be a really, really good player. And he said when he turned up at the club, he just wanted to get a run of games, get some form and get going. I really felt for him when he picked up that injury and getting out of the side again for another 2 weeks. But he's one that I think we're still yet to see the best of him, because I think obviously he's only had a handful of games here and then. One of them was against Celtic, which was always going to be a horrendously tough game for him. But against these teams where Aberdeen should be feeling more confident, he's able to really show what he can do. And I think he's just been a fantastic addition so far. And I would expect him to want to give Livingston a really good go again today, definitely.
Okay, just to finish off, obviously there's still a lot of talk about Liam Scales and his situation. I know that the Celtic scouts were keeping an eye on him last week at McDermott Park. So what is your understanding of where we are with Liam?
So our understanding is that Jim Goodwin is really pleased with how he's settled into the side. He really likes him as a player. And our understanding so far is that in the January window, he's quite keen to go back to Celtic and tie him down permanently.
Okay.
So no loans, permanent signing. Obviously, the big challenge then is you've got Celtic, who are currently, they're about to go in Champions League. They're obviously doing what they do in the league, and there's that big attraction that might want to pull him back. But again, when he was there, he was struggling to get regular game time, whereas Aberdeen, he's proven to be one of the key men that are in the squad each and every week. So Jim is coming across as adamant that he will want to tie him down in January, but that's as far as we know. All we know is that the summer window, obviously, we're coming to an end in 5-6 days now, and we are not sure of any more incomings just of yet. We're not sure if there's going to be any development on Liam this summer, but January could be the big window for Aberdeen looking to try and land him permanently.
Okay, fantastic. Mate, thank you so much for jumping on as always. Enjoy your afternoon at Pittodrie, and we'll catch up again soon.
Perfect. Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Bye, mate. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thank you, Rory. If you can't get to the game today, this is the programme cover from Dolly Digital with shading on the front cover there. As always, a really good read. award-winning, multiple award-winning programme. I've picked out a quote from the manager ahead of today's game, which I thought was quite pressing. Livingston are a very good side, very well organised, very hard-working, and a better football team than people give them credit for. We're going to have to be at it. There's no doubt about that. We've had to be prepared for Livingston to come up and try and adapt a similar type of game plan to what Motherwell did. Mentioned that earlier. As a group, we have to handle that. The onus is on us as the home team to take the game to the opposition and try to break them down. Let's read out a couple of your comments that are coming in on YouTube. Thanks for getting in touch. Michael Scott. Hi, Michael. Good afternoon to you. Livy are a tough one, physical and determined. We need a good start, as always, maybe more so today. I completely agree with you. Lineup seems about right, the one that I predicted before, playing pretty well. And the more they play together, the better it is. Again, I completely take your point there. Paul Donaldson has also got in touch. Hi, Paul. How are you? Paul is wondering if the upcoming games against Annan will affect the influence of Jim Goodwin's substitutions today. Paul asks, will he maybe take off one or two key players to keep them fresh for Tuesday night? I've always been of the thinking that, I know it's the old cliche, and forgive me for using an old cliche, but it is one game at a time. And I think today's game, it's vitally important to get us on a momentum of winning games and get us on a run, because I think if we can sustain a run, we're going to be right up there or thereabouts. So Tuesday night, I think, will take care of itself. But to try and answer your question, I think if we are in a healthy and comfortable position with maybe 15 minutes to go in today's game, I don't see why not. Potentially the manager might make one or two changes to keep that freshness about our squad. Obviously time will tell. Okay, so this week the football club inducted 3 players into their Hall of Fame. Dougie Bell, Duncan Shearer and Russell Anderson. I'm absolutely delighted to tell you that I'll be speaking to Dougie on the review show on Monday night. So I'll be catching up with Dougie for that. In the meantime, earlier today, I spoke to Russell Anderson and he gave me his thoughts on being inducted into the Hall of Fame. Great to see you. Thank you so much for taking a couple of minutes out of your Saturday morning to talk to me today. First of all, many, many congratulations on your induction into the Hall of Fame. Did you have any indication whatsoever that this was going to happen?
No, it was a total bolt out of the blue. Real surprise, but obviously delighted to get the news. So it really wasn't something that was on my radar at all.
When did you get told?
So it was the tail end of last week. It was Rob Wicks that phoned and gave me the news. And as I said, I wasn't expecting it at all. So I was, chuffed to bits.
Did you tell your family immediately?
Yeah, I phoned Claire straight afterwards. So the boys have been giving me a little bit of stick since then. But no, we're all obviously delighted because it means as much to me for them as obviously getting it personally.
You're in some esteemed company, eh?
Yeah, and that was the reason why I wasn't expecting it at all. There's plenty of other players that you could easily put a case forward for being inducted into the Hall of Fame. So to be picked is it means a lot. It's special.
Okay, just to finish off, let's just talk about the legacy that you hope that you will sort of leave behind, let's say. So you're a local boy that's done very well. You worked very hard as a kid. You played a number of first team games, then you moved away, and then you went through what was a very difficult period in your life with your injury. But you then came back, and then obviously you are our last captain to lift a major cup. So your legacy, what would you like your legacy to be?
Well, I think that when you've seen quite a few young players come through of late that's been developed through the academy, and they've gone on and moved on to hopefully bigger and better things. Just off the top of my head, I'm thinking Scott McKenna, Calvin. So I think for young boys and girls as well these days, to believe that they've got an opportunity to play for their hometown club and the chance to go and do something special, which, to be honest, towards the end of my career, I thought I was going to go through it without winning anything. So that was the icing on the cake for me to come back and have a 2 or 3 seasons towards the end that it was as enjoyable as any part of my career.
Brilliant. Mate, thank you so much. It's great to see you. And again, many congratulations and enjoy the moment.
Thank you, Ali. Cheers.
Cheers,
Good
mate.
to see you.
And you. Take care. There we are. Russell Rusty Anderson. Absolutely delighted for him. Kaiser has got in touch. Hi, Kaiser. How you doing? Hope you're having a good Saturday. He has said Russell Anderson is probably the best defender we've had in the last 20 years. More of you are getting in touch about today's game against Livingston, so let's go through them. Gordon Downey. Hi, Gordon. How are you? We need to start with a high tempo and energy today. If we can get an early goal, then Livy will need to come out, opening up their lines for our pacey players to exploit balls through the channels. Spot on, mate. Alexander Wallace. Hi, Alexander. How are you? 3 points is a must today. Need to start imposing ourselves on teams who are going to be in the mix with us for a European spot this season. Again, completely agree. Keep them coming in. We've only got about a few minutes left, so keep them coming in. I'll do my best to read out as many as I can. Just to reiterate, off the back of that Russell Anderson interview, I'll be speaking with Dougie Bell for Monday's review show, and he's going to be talking to me also about being inducted into the Hall of Fame. So happy for the three of them. Okay, I got loads and loads of comments after posting this on social media yesterday. Did you see this post that I put out? There was a ridiculous amounts of likes for a selfie. I'm putting it down to the shirt, maybe not the selfie. So if you want one, go to Retro Jerseys Ireland on Facebook. That's where to get one. So here it is. Just let me open it up for you, because it is a belter. Can you see it okay? So that's the 1982 Scottish Cup Final retro shirt. And I have to say, and I'm not just saying this, but the quality is absolutely fantastic. I've had a couple of shirts now from the guys, and the quality of the shirt is absolutely fabulous. So if you want one, get in touch with Anthony Phelan or Retro's Jersey Island, and they'll be able to sort you out. You will not be disappointed. Any more comments coming in? No, none yet. Okay, so a quick reminder just to finish off that we've got a very special event with Eric Black next month at Mary Cooter House Hotel. It's a brunch, so come along, have brunch with us. Eric and I are going to be chewing the fat about his career, and then you guys will get an opportunity to ask him a load of questions as well. And we're now thinking about bringing a very special surprise guest to the event. So keep an eye on my social media channels for more information on that. Now later today at 2 o'clock on North Sound 1, if you are not going to the game or if you're out and about, I'll be on the big Saturday football show with Stephen Mill and Ewan Cameron and Steve Cowan, and I'm going to be reporting live from Pittodrie. Not physically, I'll be watching the game here from Austria, and I'll be reporting live on anything that happens during the game. So if you're looking for updates, if you want to know precisely what's going on, tune yourselves into North Sound 1. Okay, guys, we are all done. Thank you so much for getting in touch. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and all that's left to say is the very best of luck to the lads today at Pittodrie against Livingston. And I'll see you again on Monday night at 7 o'clock for the review show. Take care, folks. See you soon.